Hello everyone, welcome to Cambridge Primary Science Stage 5 to chapter number 3, States of Matter, and today our topic for discussion, condensation. So let's discuss about the condensation. So what do you mean by condensation? That means that the gases in the air like water vapor that is condensed and that becomes liquid when it cool down when cooled sufficiently, right? There are gases in the air and when the gases like water vapor in the air that get condensed when it become liquid when it cool down sufficiently. You have to take in your mind that when the gas is in the air, that is water vapor, and when it cool down sufficiently, that become into a liquid, and that is called condensation. So air contains a water vapor. When it meets the cold surface, then only it can condense. That air contains a water vapor. So water vapor is what? It is an invisible gas in the air. We cannot see that gas, and this gas has to change into a liquid. This process is called condensation. So it is just the reverse of evaporation. So condensation and the evaporation, they are the reverse processes. Like in the evaporation, when there is a liquid, when it gains the heat energy, then it becomes to a gas. It forms a gas. So that is evaporation. But when that gas in turn lose some heat energy, that becomes a liquid, right? So when the liquid gains the heat energy and it becomes gas, that is called the evaporation. And from that gas, if that heat energy, when the gas lose that heat energy and it becomes into a liquid, that is called as condensation. You have to make clear in your mind about the difference between the two. So when you see a tiny drops of liquid on the mirror, when you breathe out, when the air you breathe out is warm, when the warm you can say that when the warm air touches the cool surface, then it cools down, and that is called condensation. When the warm air touches the cool surface, it gets the cool enough, then it becomes condensation. How you can see that? When you see the tiny drops of liquid in the mirror, when you breathe out your warm air, right, it contains the water vapor, okay? And when that warm air touches the surface, and cooler surface is what? That is mirror, it cools down, okay? When the warm, that is a water vapor, when it touches the cooler surface like mirror, it cools down. If the surface is cold enough, then the water vapor, that gases, that change into a drop of liquid, and that is called the condensation, okay? Condensation happens because the particles of a gas that lose energy, right? I already told you, when the gas lose energy, when they get closer to the cold surface, when they lose energy, this makes them slow down and move closer together, forming a liquid. Then the water drops come up, okay? Like the drinking can in this picture, you can see with the condensation outside. That is because of that the warm air, that is the water vapor, then that warm air touches the cooler surface, then that water drops come out on this bottle. That is the reason. When the warm air touches the cooler surface, it get cool enough, and then the condensation, these water drops can form. So now in this activity, you can see that where does that water come from, right? Where you need, for this experiment, you need two glasses, ice, water, cloth, and the measuring jar. What you have to do, you have to wipe out both the glasses with a cloth from outside so that you can see. So what's the major difference between the two? Leave the glasses for 10 minutes, and what you observe, you make sure that both the glasses are dry from outside so you can see the difference in both the glasses. Only one glass you can put the ice, and the other there is a plain water. It helps us to show the coldness of a glass containing the ice that makes the water drops form. How that water drops form? Is the water come from the inside, that water drops come from the inside, or the water drops come from the outside, which you can see outside the glass, that water drops, the condensation, how it comes from the water, how the water comes from, the water drops come from. Is it coming from the inside of the water, or it is coming from the outside? Obviously it is coming from the outside. How that water forms? That is because of the outside, because there is a warm, right? There is a warm temperature, there is a water vapor in the air, and when that warm temperature, that warmness that meets that the cold surface, then the water drops form, and that is called as condensation. Okay, that coldness of a glass containing the ice that makes the water drops form. This is the only difference between the two glasses. Okay, the water drops form from the outside because of there is a water vapor in our air, and when that the warm air that touches a colder surface, then the condensation forms. So this is a picture that this is a glass, there is a ice inside it, and there is a water and the water droplets that has been formed. Okay. Were either of the glasses wet or outside at the start of the investigation? No, because we have wiped out the glasses with the cloth, right? Were either of the glasses wet on the outside at the end of the investigation? If so, then which glasses? Yes. Which glass? The glass that contained the ice was wet outside. And in the drinking can, also you can see the condensation. When it was chilled enough and you take it out from your refrigerator, you can see that the water drops outside of the can, and that is the condensation. When it loses the heat energy, right? When the gas lose the heat energy and it get closer to the cold surface, that is condensation. So where did the water come from and why? That is the main question. The water came from the water vapor in the air that condensed on the outside of the cold glass. That water came from the gas, the water vapor in the air that condensed on the outside of the cold glass. Because of that gas, when lose the heat energy, it again form into a liquid, and that liquid is your water outside the glass, chilled glass or the can. Condensation is the reverse of evaporation. This is an important question because in this the two topics are covered. About evaporation you can tell, about condensation you can tell. You have to explain. In condensation, a gas changes into a liquid. What is gas? That is a water vapor in the air. That is the gas. And in evaporation, the opposite happens. The liquid changes into a gas. Okay. How? When it gains the heat energy. When the liquid gains the heat energy, it changes into a gas. And when that gas converts into a liquid, how? The water vapor in the air. And so these are the condensation and the evaporation. Hope you get clear of these two topics. So in this activity 3.5b, you have to observe the evaporation and the condensation, right? In this, pour 100 milliliter of water in both the glasses. You're taking the two glasses and you have pour the same amount of water in both the glasses. You can mark the water level with a marker pen and cover the one glass tightly with the plastic wrap, and the other is let it be open. So leave both the glasses in the warm place overnight and examine it next day. What you will see a very little evaporation has taken place overnight. So you can leave that investigation for a longer period of time also. You can take 2 days. So what you will see, the water on the plastic wrap that came from the water in the glass. Okay, so because in the water will evaporate if the open glass, the water evaporated in the air. Okay, but in the closed glass, that the wrapped glass, the water tried to evaporate it, but it is not possible to get out of that glass because it was closed. So the condensation happened. Okay, in the closed glass, the evaporated water could not enter the air because it was covered. It stayed in the glass and some of it condensed, right? Some of it condensed and changed back into a liquid water onto the plastic wrap. In the plastic wrap, you will see the water drops. So it changed back into a liquid. It condensed and it changed back into a liquid. That's why it is stayed in the glass, because it was covered. And the droplets on the plastic wraps were colorless, that was not colored, indicating that water that is forming the droplets. Suppose you have the question and answer. Is the amount of water in the glass is still the same? No. The amount of water in the glasses is not the same. What do you observe in the covered glass that is different to the open glass? Because there in the covered glass there are drops of water on the inside of the plastic wrap, and in the open glass the water evaporated in the air. How did you make that fair test? Because when you put the same volume of water in both the glasses and were put in the same place, same period of time, and the only difference is of that of the plastic wrap. In one glass there is a wrap and in other glass that is open. So we can say that this is a fair test. Right? The only thing is different, that is the wrap. Complete the sentences. The water in the open glass gained what? They gained the heat and evaporated to form the water vapor. In the closed glass, the water vapor cooled down and condensed to form the water droplets on the plastic wrap. So how could people use evaporation and condensation to clean drinking water? So people can use the evaporation to separate the water from the impurities and dirt. With the help of evaporation, the sun heat up the liquid or the water, and only the impurities and the dirt left. Okay, that the liquid particles from the surface that can be evaporated, right? And then only the impurities and dirt left. And when the water vapor formed, right, when the water vapor formed, then they can be used into, they gone into the clouds, and that can be used for the condensation, and in the condensation you can get the pure clean water back again. So there are common misunderstandings and misconceptions. For example, students think that the air turns into a liquid during the condensation, and but the air contains the water vapor, which is a colorless gas. So students saying that the air in the condensation, when the heated particles go away, they go into the air, and it turns, that air is turning into a liquid. That is not the air which is turning into the liquid. When you heat up in the evaporation, because when the liquid gain the heat energy, we say that it evaporated, it becomes gas, and that gas is a water vapor, right? So that goes into the air. So we cannot say directly that the air turns into a liquid. We can say that the water vapor in the air, which is a colorless gas, right, it is a water vapor, and which cools and become a liquid, that comes back, that is condensation. That not the air that turn into the liquid during condensation, it is the water vapor, okay, that is in the air, which is a colorless gas. And other gases, they also become liquid at a very lower, much lower temperature, that also become a liquid. That is the one we have we have learned, that the water vapor, that is a gas which turn into a liquid, which when it get touched with the cool surface, and the other gases also become liquid at a very much lower temperatures. And there is other misunderstanding that in the condensation, the coldness passes through the glass of window or a beaker, and it causes the water to form on the other side. It doesn't pass through the glass. And you know that how the condensation happens is when the warm air and touches the cold surface, and touches the, it get cool enough, that is you know, condensation happen. Thank you, and do like and subscribe my channel. Bye.